Hello and welcome to another episode of ICT Today. Mobile communication technology has evolved over the years such that from 2G network to the newly deployed 5G in few states, a common factor with prepaid subscribers which is becoming worrisome is data depletion. Aside from 5G, there is another technology which offers high-speed internet, and this is known as broadband. It is believed that with broadband technology, subscribers should get value for money. In this episode, I'll be reviewing the similarities and differences between 5G and broadband technology. Do we really get actual speed of broadband in Nigeria? This and many more will be our focus. My name is Abimbola Ilori and you are watching ICT Today. A phenomenon where subscribers exhaust data bundle before expiration of the said bundle, and it is believed to have consumed more volume than it ought to, is referred to as data depletion. As a result of this, many, including youths and the elderly, have resolved to switching off data connection when in transit or when they are not accessing content online, so as to save their data subscription. Data depletion is a concern to many, considering the cost, speed, and value for money. To address this issue, I mean data depletion, 5G network, broadband, and every other questions related to data management, I have with me on the virtual channel Mr. AYOKUNLE BANKOLE, who is one of the indigenous internet service providers in Nigeria. And together, we will be serving you today's offering. So, Mr. Bankole, glad to have you on the program today.
Thank you for having me here today.
To start with, can you briefly explain broadband deployment, speed and modes? I mean, what does the term broadband actually mean?
Okay, so broadband refers to the high capacity transmission technologies that transmits data, voice, and video across long distances and at extremely high speeds. The two most common means or modes of transmission includes fiber optic cables and radio waves. So in Nigeria, you see that internet is being transmitted via fiber cables, fixed wireless, radio, and satellites, of course, satellites. So the speed that comes from the radio transmission is usually similar to the speed that the fiber optic cable produces, although it is widely known that internet speeds from fiber optic cables are faster, and that's because data is being transmitted into light via the fiber optic cables, and when you say the speed of light.
All right, let me say that for emphasis and clarity, I would also want you to break down 5G network, mode and the speed as well.
5G in its literal meaning, literal sense, means fifth generation. Okay, just like we had the 1G, 2G. You remember those days of 2G now, 3G, 4G, and now 5G. So 5G has the capacity to do a download of up to 10 gigabyte per second on a norm. So the idea actually is the speed. It's a higher version of internet delivery, whereby it's actually like 100 times faster than 4G. That's just in its literal meaning. And with the advent of 5G, Internet of Things, you can actually operate virtually because of the capacity to do things faster.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bankole. Having done justice to these two different network technologies, do you want to say, or I want to ask if there is any similarities and differences between them? I mean, between 5G and broadband in Nigeria.
Now, let me explain. Broadband simply means fast internet. Okay, the ability to deliver or transmit data, voice and video across long distances and at extremely high speed. Now, that extremely high speed that I mentioned is what we can relate to 5G, 4G, 5G, 3G. What level of speed you want to think about? 5G literally explains the amount of speed you can get at any point in time. Do you understand? So when you say 5G, we are talking about how reliable the internet is or the transmission is, the performance, okay? And how quick can data, can voice, can video be transmitted from one point to the other. So broadband and 5G, you are literally saying the same thing. The only difference is broadband is talking about internet transmission of data, via certain medium, while 5G is talking about the speed. Okay, so just like the MNOs, for example, the mobile network operators, you see them saying now we now have 5G internet, we can deliver 5G internet. But how do they deliver this 5G? They deliver it via either fixed internet or mobile via your phones, or fixed via fiber optic cables or wireless radio. So there are no differences, they just complement each other.
Okay, having said that, let me push this question here. You are known to be one of the indigenous internet service providers pioneering broadband deployment to homes. I want to ask, do we really get actual speed of broadband in Nigeria? I mean, do we truly experience what broadband means? You get to hear uplink and downlink and the speed and the likes. Are we really getting all those in Nigeria?
Yes, I understand that there have been quite a number of complaints among customers saying this is what we subscribe to and this is what we are getting from our ISP. But I would also like to say that the question of actual speed is relative. And getting actual speed from your ISP also depends on the plan you are subscribed to. ISPs offer different plans. Okay, some plans are data based or data capped, while some plans are speed capped. That's just the truth. So if you are subscribing to the internet through a particular ISP, you should ask the ISP certain questions. What speed are you offering? Okay, is the data capped? You also must understand that because of the economic situation in the country right now, and we also know for a fact that internet is expensive in Nigeria. So customers cannot really afford to pay for the internet bandwidth that will actually serve their need. That's just the truth. Customers cannot afford to pay for the actual internet bandwidth that will serve their needs. So you see customers opting for lower service plans. And at the end of the day, by the time they want to stream their videos, they want to watch Netflix, they want to do so many other things at once using the subscription plan they are subscribed to, then internet begins to drag. So there are different reasons why this happens. So that is why I said that question is relative. And we also see certain customers do speed tests, when they are subscribed to a particular plan, and they expect, now when your ISP is saying you are subscribed to this plan and the allowable internet speed for that particular plan is up to 10 megabyte per second, for example, and definitely trust me, there's a guaranteed speed. Maybe there's a guaranteed speed of 2 Mbps. You don't expect to see 10 Mbps, for example, especially if it is a shared plan. Now, customers need to understand how this works. Your ISP will provide you internet and will say this is a dedicated plan, 10 by 10, upload speed 10 Mbps, download speed 10 Mbps. And at every point in time when you do a speed test, the speed will be the same. But there are also other plans called the shared plan. Shared plan, it means there's a pool of people using a particular bandwidth, and you share it amongst yourself. So if you are on a shared plan, for example, and that particular plan is up to 10 Mbps, you don't expect to see 10 Mbps at every given point in time.
In your last statement, you mentioned fiber optics cable as well as microwave, which is antenna. I want to say that which of these is the most suitable for broadband optimal delivery, and what are the challenges you have faced so far as an ISP in our terrain?
Well, thank you for that question. As a licensed internet service provider, I can categorically tell you that fiber optic deployment is the most reliable mode of delivering internet anywhere. Even more than, is better than satellites and better than microwave radio. Yes, I can say that, and that's because data transmits via optic cables like the speed of light. You understand? And apart from situations where you have fiber cuts, you hardly have uh, interferences. You don't have interferences. You hardly have downtimes, except if the downtime is caused by infrastructural defects. So with fiber optic cables, internet delivery is smooth, faster, reliable, and you hardly have bufferings with internet with fiber optic cable.
My final question to you, sir. The rate at which data depletes lately is alarming. I almost used 50 gig of data within 3 weeks. Yes, 3 weeks. Sorry, not 30 weeks. Within 3 weeks. And I could not but wonder, how did this happen? I want you to really explain and educate us reasons for data depletion and how to manage data, especially in this period.
This affects every one of us, and there are quite a number of reasons for faster data depletion. All right, now, the first that comes readily to mind is the fact that, don't forget that in today's world, people now watch high definition videos, high definition pictures. Okay? In those days of 2G, 3G, the data required to download pictures was not as much as the data required to download our HD 4K, 5K pictures or videos now. So you need extremely high data watts, okay, to watch a 10 minutes high definition video, for example. And because of the cost of internet in Nigeria, you find out that you are even paying more money for less data watts. So these are some of the reasons why you wonder that you are subscribed to 50 gigabytes just last week, and before you know it, it's finished. Also, the fact that most of these apps, for some of us now, we have several numbers of apps on our phones, and these apps, our phone is structured in such a way that our applications download automatically, or it renews automatically, or you say it updates automatically. And when you're having like 20 applications on your phone, for example, and your phone is set in such a way that the applications updates automatically, just imagine now 20 applications updating itself automatically. You find out that your data is being depleted. But now we are talking about faster depletion on phones. I'm sure you are referring to the ones we subscribe on our phones. That's just the reality. HD videos, 4K videos, number of applications on our phones. Now you need to restrict all these on your phone settings. Don't allow your phone to update applications automatically. There should be a human intervention. When you need to update certain apps, then you should do it yourself, so that applications you do not need or you rarely use will not be updating itself, and it can save you a great deal of data for an extended period of time.
And that is our package for today. Remember, you can connect with us on all our social media platforms. Follow us on Instagram and X. Like, subscribe and share our videos. Click on notification button to receive alerts when we post and upload new content. Until next time when I return with another package, remember, if it is digital, it is part of ICT.